G'day everyone and good evening. Welcome tonight again, viewers, to the official coverage of Round 5 in Asrnz's 2022 Season 1 GT3 Series. It is Round 5, like I mentioned. I'm Davo, and of course I'm joined by multiple championship winning, damn good bloke, and now professional co-commentator, JB. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, Davo. I don't know about all that the talk up stuff, but look, we'll take it. It's lovely to be here as always.
It is, and tonight it is Round 5. We're in Donington, everyone, and we're just a couple of minutes behind, and so we might just get to the points in between quali and race, but I think the boys are rolling out, so I might just see if we can get some vision up of that.
And I can see, Davo, that the heavens have opened. There's been passing showers all week so far. Through. We've seen it sunny, we've seen it wet all week, and it looks like just as they've come out of that practice session, which was dry, it looks like they're in for a handful of a qualifying session. So, yeah.
There you go. Look, it's probably some people will be thinking it's a bit of a nightmare. Some people will probably have been praying for it, even doing the old rain dance. It is Donington, mind you, people. It always freaking rains at Donington, so it's to be expected. This is only qualifying, though. Who knows what's going to happen in race? We've got 2 races tonight, 2 qualifyings. We did a full-on sprint round tonight. JB?
Yeah, that's right. So format again. They've got 6 minutes of this quali session to do. They'll have an outlap and 1 flying lap as they do in the sprint rounds, followed by a 30-minute race.
Yes.
Compulsory pit stop, so where they've got to go in and they only need to take, I guess, a litre or so of fuel, which they don't need anyway because they'll be fueled for the race. But look, with the weather, look, it could go any way, couldn't it? So they could be taking tyres too. So
they could have multiple pit stops. Who knows?
Yeah. So two sprint rounds races tonight. Davo, we're in for a good night here at Donington.
I think so. Donington always never fails to deliver. The weather obviously is a big part of that, but look, we've got a really good battle, and we did get to the points earlier, like I mentioned, but we've got a good battle going on in the top end of the series at the moment, points wise, and look, Donington might just separate that a little bit, so it'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, and it looks like some guys are falling in and out of rhythms with their sprint rounds and enduro rounds. We see some guys having good success through the enduros and not so much through the sprints and vice versa. But we do know Jake McKellar is still leading the championship, 14 points clear of Nick Mickindo. And then another 6 points back to Mark. 21 points back to Mark Mudgway. Steve Wilden hot on the heels of 3rd position there with only 6 points behind, and Lynn Dewar still dropping down a bit after his Bathurst shocker in 5th place. So
awesome. And mentioning those 2 names just quickly, we've got Mudgey over the line. We've also got Dewar over the line. Dewar in front, Ashley Vediger first at the moment. 1 lap dash tonight, is it again?
It is, and look, we're seeing some guys that, like, we know the Porsche through the practice sessions all week has been the car to beat. Certainly in the dry, Mark Mudgway setting the fastest time we've ever seen, a 1:27.0 all weekend. So looking at these times now, they're a good 14 seconds slower, Davo. Sorry, no. My maths is a bit out, 7 seconds slower.
That's a little bit of difference.
Track. Yeah, just with a bit of a damp, track coming on there. But, Ashley Vediker, P1, 1:34.5.
Currently in the Porsche.
A huge gap back to Hawkins, 0.6. Josh to the top, actually, 1:33.9.
Son Josh Pipping top spot. Just looking at Jake McKellar actually on screen there, coming across the line, gets into 5th in the Lexus. He would definitely be carrying some weight. We might just flick back to Mudgee again. He must be coming close to finishing his lap. He would be carrying some ballast as well, you would expect.
Yeah, Mudgee will be carrying ballast from his... No, Mudgee's actually cleared of his ballast. So Mudgee with no ballast.
So second position for Mudgee in front of...
Front row, splits father and son.
Awesome work. Next, there's not too many guys out there actually. Looks like Farmer, McIndoe.
They've left it to the end, and
yes, and the new guy, Dave Zero.
Yes, in the McLaren. That's right. So number 9 just completing his first lap, and actually doing a stellar job there, and putting himself straight into P7.
Yeah, so nice work, Dave. Welcome to Asrnz, and
hope your night's racing goes well. Yeah,
doing a stellar job there in qualifying straight up. So
last 2 cars to run, Davo, is McIndoe approaching the final turn there at Goddard's, and what's he going to do in the BMW? Here we go to the top, mate. 133.4. He'll be happy with that. He was just outside the BOP from last round there,
and that's a good solid half a second.
It is, and look at Farmer. Farmer's he's the last car to run at the moment. He's down at the final complex there through turn 10 and approaching turn 11 hairpin. He'll be
just
looking to improve.
Completing his 1 lap flyer. These guys get one shot at this. Here we go. Across for fourth
place, so
not too shabby. I think Steve would be happy with that, JB.
Oh, so absolutely.
There we go. We'll do a quick run through. We've got McIndoe, Josh Vediger, Mudgee, Ashley Vediger in 4th, Maxwell Hawkins, Glenn Dewar, Jake McKellar, the new guy, David Zero in 8th position. Well done, mate. Welcome to Asrnz again. Nick Davison, Mule in 10th, Aaron Enright in 11th, Brennan Rolfe, Vaughan Martin, Brad Robinson, Mike King, Bobby Laycock, Pete Apsey, Kenny Simpson, Steve
Wilton back there. So it looks like maybe and Gunter back in the pits. Like
I see that.
Something's
got to go with our data there a little bit.
Maybe he's picked up a cut, Davo, on somewhere through his lap there.
Quite possibly. And we'll just take the chance to, as we drop back, look at the points. If we can just bring that up there. What is that looking like there, JB?
Yeah, we briefly talked about that with McKellar leading in the pro class there at the top of the whole tree, actually, over Nick McIndoe, Mark Mudgee, Steve Wilton, Glenn Dewar in the top 5. It's still tight up the top, can go swing any way there. We know some of these guys have been carrying ballast throughout that season so far. Ashley, look, he's 6th overall and the first of the Pro-Am drivers.
Good position.
And Josh's son right behind with 2 did not start, so only 3 points behind. So Josh, he's going to be a mover and shaker.
We know
Looking
that.
Back to Gunter and Nick Davison battling it out for 8th overall or 2nd in the Pro-Am. Mule rounding out the top 10. Mike King, Luke Crompton. It goes down, but look, first in the AM and 11th overall is Mike King. So stellar job for Mike to be in that position at the AM.
For sure. And they just get out on the grid now. Let's just try and get this sorted out. Let's have a look.
Yeah, so it looks like after that wet qualifying session is that they've raced over to the 3 p.m. 30-minute race. What seems to be happening is we've got a
lovely clear day.
Nice clear day. So probably, there's a few other names up there that we don't normally see up in the mix. But look, this is going to be a great race, Davo. 11 corners here, short laps, you know, minute 30s.
Yeah. Very flowy track, very much a rhythm track. You really need to get into that sort of groove, don't you, here at Donington? And then the laps will come to you if you're comfortable with your car. We probably touched on it there a little bit in the points chat, JB, but I think we were talking. I did hear whispers during the week about maybe some class changes for a couple of the boys as the season gets about halfway through. And
yes.
we're not going to mention any names or where it's all going, but there's obviously people that are, you know, probably class a little bit lower than they're driving. So it'll be interesting to see how we go here tonight at Donington, mate.
That's right, Davo, and you'd expect that anyone that's getting podiums should be up there as a pro driver, or consistently finishing up around in that top 5. Always hard to even get into the top 10, but look, I mean, what we do see most of the time anyway is that white symbol next to the driver's name. There's their race number is whited. That means they are a pro driver.
Yes.
It's great. If it's greyed out, they're a pro-am, and the red is the am drivers. So whoever you're supporting and you're a fanboy of, then
that's an easy way to keep a check on everything.
Way to keep a check on that. Yeah, yes. That's right.
It's the boys who roll off the line for the compulsory formation lap, the procession lap, as we like to call it sometimes. Here, get a quick sight on the track. Really doesn't give much indication of the quality or temperature of the track, because it is pretty well a formation lap. But what are the temps looking like? Pretty bloody good, considering that we had rain in quali.
Yeah, so I mean, look, the forecast could go any way by the looks of what we've seen between the two. So looks like today's.
So couldn't it? What?
But hey, wouldn't it be neat if it did throw a shower over Davo? That would really spice things up, and I'm sure shake everything up. And anybody viewing, that's going to be great to spectate and watch. But those drivers out there, I'll tell you what, they'll be nervous as hell.
Well, they're always nervous, but after wet qualifying, you're so right there, JB. I'm sure they were double checking their wet sets. You know, like if anybody's done a bit of practice over the last week and knows Donington, I'm sure there's wet sets available for these guys, and they will have them locked down. It all comes back to the pit stops then again, and we know the pit stops have thrown some really awesome curly stuff at us this season already. We do have a compulsory manual pit limiter,
and a short pit stop too, Dave. We've seen some really long pit shoots with some of the tracks. This one's
you've got to get in pretty quick.
Yeah, get in very quick and stop on that line. It comes up so quick as you see them as they approach this final turn here.
Yeah, just start form up and quite neatly, everybody in shape. Just focused helicam on Ashley Rediger in the Porsche behind Sun, Josh McIndoe on the right, Max Hawkins 4th position, Glenn Dwyer 5th, 6th, Dave 0. This is round 5, Donington. We are racing Asrnz GT3s. Look at that great start. Up the front there, 3 wide into T1. Nearly Nick McIndoe forces the issue with Josh Rediger, takes the lead. Nicely done. Back to Glenn Dwyer, just wrestling with Joe Cup. Dave 0, yes, keeping his nose clean there too, actually. I just noticed there, sorry to interrupt JB.
No, that's right, Dave. It's great to see all the cars when they're bunched up like this, and it's the timer, and it's crucial, you know. Some opportunities are made, but also big losses can happen at the same time.
Massive losses. So
but,
very tidy
respectful
start
so far, and just picking up on that Dave Zero, our new guy, up into P7 already, and that McLaren showing great pace.
Yeah, so
right off the bat.
Nice work from Dave. Oh, we just see that's Will Hawkins into the back of Josh Vediger that has bunched that front pack up a little bit. Maxwell readdressing. We might just, that is the end of that lap pretty well. We might just get a quick replay of that.
Yeah, it's unlucky, like this first lap stuff, these cars are, so you know, if they haven't quite got their tyre pressures right, then they're going to be adjusting to all sorts of things. And
so Maxwell from way back, it almost looked like he missed his brake mark by about 20 metres.
Yeah, and that's a real unfortunate thing to happen for young Maxwell and Josh there, and already
absolutely. Josh tangled up, was also actually tangled up with Brendan Rolfe just on the re-entry there. So interesting stuff at the beginning, fairly tidy start, little bit of a mix-up at the back end of the front pack there. Well, that was pretty well right up the top, wasn't it? Jeez, Josh, that's first and second and third.
Yeah,
so that's given
tough.
That's given McIndoe. He is taken off here.
And look, we've got to remember Nick and Jake are actually racing 1-2 in the championship, and this is net gain to Nick at the moment.
He'll have his head down.
Davo, that Mark Mudgway, who was showing the outstanding paces back in 18th. Now, I don't know if that's through qualifying there. I didn't actually notice him up on that list, so whether or not, did Mark Mudgway get a cut in quali as well? But unusual to see him back there, but look, he's got genuine pace, so I'd expect to see that car
move forward.
Move forward, so...
Okay, so it's all happening here. It's busy as hell. We're at Donington for round 5. It's we're a couple of laps in.
Just looking at the 21 of Mark Mudgway's car, and it is looking beat up, Davo. The front of it has got scratches all over there. Lovely matte black finish. So
okay, so we've clearly missed something there. John, he soldiers on. He knows he's got the points up his sleeve. He's got to finish this race.
We've got to move on between Ashley and Glenn. There's the pressure is piling on up the front.
Up the front with Jake McKellar actually in tow, waiting to pick up any crumbs possible, and that Lexus is quick. So if these guys are mucking around too much, he will be amongst it. Quick flash. We've also got a couple of other little battles going. This might flip back to, we've got the Gunther Groves, Steve Wilton, Josh Vediger battle, just hot as in the back. That is tight. Josh Vediger trying to regain lost ground after a little bit of an incident in race 1. So very tight mule also with I think it's Gunther Rowe just right up his clacker there. So we might just quickly get back to Ashley. Actually, Ashley's pulled a little bit on Gleno there, JB. Gleno with a little bit of a wiggle there too, actually, we just picked up. That's actually puts Jake McKellar right up beside him on the outside, goes around. So nice advantage there. Taken.
Jake being just aware to, you know, like you said, Dave, he'd been there to pick up the crumbs when something goes wrong, and that was a lot tighter than what it. Glenn's actually just gone backwards there, whether or not he's settling into his own rhythm.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, so it took a little bit of a slide down the bottom of the hill there, and Jake pounced immediately, no hesitation. That's what it takes. You've got to be in the right place. Got to be on track.
That part, Davo, when you come into down from turns 2 and 3 through the Craner curve there, and they'll hairpin at 4. That approach at 235 k's is just, one of the trickiest parts of the track to get right as you tip it down from, coming down the hill, go back up. So
for sure.
No surprises as to catch that car there, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see other cars have a little bit of misfortune there.
Yeah, definitely. So the boys are actually just picked up on Dave Zero there. A little bit of a faux pas through the last couple of corners, but I just actually noticed in the background.
A couple of the guys.
Josh Rediger.
Straight into the pit.
Gunter Rome, and also Mudgy in the pits now. So very early on the pit stops.
That pit window is open, so whether or not they've been knocked down the tree there in the order, Davo, so they're stuck in between cars that aren't at the same pace. So what they're having to do now is just do the sensible thing, I guess, and get out of that battle, get themselves back into some fresh air and press on to minimise the damage, and they'll find that they'll make a good jump.
They'll make some gains back from that as the pit stops equalise, no doubt, later in the race. Just focus on this. Glenn Dewar, Ashley Rediger, he's up there.
From Glenn there.
Up on McKellar, and he's forced the McKellar
Jake's
wide.
Still holding that line. He's still there on the back of Glenn's car.
This could get messy. There you go. Was he up enough on Gleno's car there? Tough.
Hard to pick from the camera angle I was on, Davo, but it looked like they were going to contest that all the way through. And look at that, giving Ashley that free kick to drive away.
So another quick look back at McKellar, Gleno.
Yeah.
So a bit of a
tough
gig, that one. As the boys carry on, we are here, round 5, Donington, JB. It's hectic. It's all happening. Donington proving to be as crazy as it usually delivers.
I'm looking back on the pack behind that Glenn and McKellar battle, and I'm seeing actually the car of 96, Aaron Enright in the BMW, moving up into a good 5th position there. Holding some good, he's got Nick Davidson hard on his heels behind him. We know Davidson's in a battle with also Gunter Rowe
for points.
The points. So.
Yeah. So and Nick, although a little bit behind, is holding good pace with him. So actually beating him in times in the last lap. So hot on his heel. So we've got Maxwell Hawkins and Mule. I just noticed they were very close on the timing boards. Goes into the pits. Looks like Maxwell's actually missed the pit and come out. We've got to have a look at a replay of that. That was interesting to watch. Let's have a look at that, everyone. Just watch this. Might even get into the helmet cam of Maxwell. Out of the final corner, follows Mule in. Goes jumps straight back out, gets a little tiny glance on the wall.
So I wonder if he thought he was going to drill the back of Mule and potentially spin him, and decided to opt out of that.
Yes, and rightly so. Yeah, so there you go. Again, we get Donington just throwing up the curveball. Let's get up the porty end, JB.
We've got McIndoe.
Look at McIndoe.
Leading from Ashley, 4.5 second gap between McIndoe and Ashley there. We've got a back marker of Gunter Rowe. Actually, Gunter just making his own error on the final turn before pit entry.
We see that.
Davidson will be cheering on that with them being 8th equal. Ashley actually being first of the Pro-Am class. So, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
for sure, for sure.
Glenn Dewar, another 6 seconds back. Jake 4th, Aaron Enright 5th, Nick Davidson 6th. New guy, Dave 0 in the McLaren, 7th place, Maxwell Hawkins 8th, Kenny Simpson 9th, Vaughan Martin, great showing from Vaughan. He's new in the AM class there in 10th. Brad Robinson in 11th. Steve Wilton making up some ground there. Bobby Laycock back in 13th, the second of the Pro-Am, of the AM cars, sorry. Mark Mudgeway doing it tough, still out there with the scratched up Porsche back in 15th. And Mike King, the leader of the AM drivers, is back there in 16th in terms of the championship. But Mike doing a stellar job, just still banking these solid points. Looking up to the front, the leader, you know, is doing 1:27.8 lap times. And when I'm scrolling back through the field, the only other car is Josh in a 1:27.8. Similar lap speed there, and the car of Mark Mudgeway not far off that too. So those other two cars of Mudgeway and Josh buried in the pack are, are quick, but just down the order.
They're way down the order. Josh, I think, has pitted though. So one of the pitted cars, hence being in 17th position. It'll be
fastest lap of the race, Dave, to Glenn Dewar now, actually 1:27.7.
It'll be interesting to see the way this race pans out. Second half of this race. It'll be awesome.
Good pass from Mark Mudgeway then on mule down at the hairpin. The Melbourne hairpin, they call it, turn 10. They come from 185 kilometres down to 60 kilometres down there.
Yes, a no mean feat. Well done for Marcus. Actually, the replay guys had just picked up on that. Nice work. Ducks out. Oh, definitely forces the issue too nicely. Mule saw him coming. Allows the space, but yeah, nice move. Nice move in a very
nice move,
beaten Porsche. That thing is not pretty at the moment.
Right, we see Kenny Simpson to the pits in the Bentley, serving his stop.
Just picking up on Bob Laycock and Maxwell Hawkins side by side as Maxwell overcorrects. Allows Mike King through as well. We've got to pick up on that as a replay. Let's get the cameras working. Maxwell Hawk on the back of Mike King.
Yeah, Maxwell picking up the inside there, almost getting a bit of grass, and look, they're side by side through this tricky part of the track, and wow, and yeah, it does just break traction, doesn't it, Davo, on the exit?
Yeah, tough gig there. Loses the position and ground on my Bob as well. So he's back in position now and looking to have another crack. Let's just stay on this for a minute because we do have Josh Rediger actually just pulling some ground on the back of that little battle, JB.
Yeah, and look, we know Josh has already served his pit stop, like you said, so he's going to start moving forward and jump a bunch of cars as they complete these stops. However, the cars still get to pit. The leaders, McIndoe, Dewar, Snakey, Aaron Enright up in 4th, up in position there for Aaron. Davidson, Dave 0 and Brad Robertson. Brad showing good pace there too. But look, once these other cars of Ashley, Steve Wilton and Mudgeway, they're the top 3 of the guys that have completed their pit stops. We're going to watch them fire inside that top 10.
For sure. And look, we must actually, as I was just going to say, Nick Davison and Dave 0. Now we've got to give a little bit of credit to Dave. Do come to Asrnz. First night on the track with us in 6th position. He's in the pits now. Let's just see how his pit stop, his position goes as he comes out here. Nice work doesn't look like he's... The time will tell. Dave Zero out of the pits. No infringements. Well done. Out in 8th position. Awesome work from Dave.
Yeah.
In front of Josh Rediger, mind you. So...
to know how long that stop was, Davo, whether he lost or made ground.
Yep.
But he has done all the right things, like you mentioned there, and not walked away with a drive through or stop go.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of guys pick those up. Gunter Rowe 4 laps down now in the pits. This is really playing into the hands of Nick Davidson here in the Pro-Am class, where they were tied in 8th. So hard luck for you, Gunter. The big names also missing, Davo, Aztec, Crosby, Jarks. You know, we know you're all out there in your hard races. I hope you're watching and tuning in, and look forward to seeing you back at some point. Luke Crompton too.
Definitely.
And the engine
sorely missed on track too, mind you guys. You know, all enjoyable to watch, great to spectate. So always mixing it up. But yeah, just pick it up on Josh Rediger working his way through the field up into 12. JB.
Yes, and look, he's approaching. He's going to be hot on the heels of Maxwell next, isn't he? So, you're right.
Pretty well he is.
Do we have a look and see what that Ferrari's got behind that BMW?
That's where we're at right at the moment, mate. In car with Josh Rediger. Let's watch this lap. So as always, seriously tidy work there from Josh Rediger. Nice stuff. He's locked in that little battle with Hawkins, Davison and Dave Zero as they drop down the hill into the fast right-hander.
There's a bunch of cars there too, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is.
Between Dave Zero and look at all those punters lined up behind Davidson and Maxwell and Josh. And look, that's going to be a great battle to watch unfold later on.
It's full on. We've got to mention again, like you said, as we're just watching, I think Joshy having a crack at the inside on Maxwell, side by side. The Ferrari just doesn't have the poke, eh?
No, we know though Josh is carrying that ballast, Dave.
Oh, he is too. It's probably makes it worse.
So is that what's just giving Maxwell that little poke, like you said? And yeah,
he got up on the out inside of him there on the exit of the big sweeper there, and just could not hold him at all. Look,
you've got to say that the car may be carrying a slight bit of damage though, Davo, because we know it was on the front row.
Yes.
And we see Maxwell Hawkins actually
as he
burns himself off the final turn.
In front of Josh Rediger. Fortuitous, I think, for Josh, as we just were talking about how hard it was going to be for that Ferrari to get past Maxwell, and unfortunately for Maxwell, just puts himself off. Look, we got to go back up. You did mention that Glenn Dewar had the fastest lap only a couple of laps ago, and now I see
he's rolling straight into the pits now. So
yes, and has lost the fastest lap to Nick McIndoe, who he was chasing and only a couple of seconds behind. So these guys are trading laps now.
They are. McIndoe commanding that lead too, and lap times, and crucial stops for these lads now to
absolutely
get it stopped on the jacks. They've got to make sure they get that ignition turned off, and I'm seeing it's a long stop.
A little bit of a long stop from Glenn.
A little bit longer than I would have thought, but I don't know if he just had to roll back then or not. But
so Ash Rediger passed him as well. So well done from Ash. Jumping. Dewar in the pits.
Yeah, that'd be for second place, Davo.
I would expect that would be for second place. Jake McKellar still needs to pit. Guttelgo and Brennan Rolfe also in the pits at the moment.
Hey David, this is a great race for Ashley, and it's great to see him up there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he done an outstanding job in quali in the wet in that Porsche.
Now we did expect this to be a little bit of a Porsche track. Both of us know the track. Big fan of it. Big fan of the Porsche too. I know how well, when set up, the Porsche will circulate around Donington. So it's showing that right now with Ashley Rediger at the wheel. So nice work, Ash. Got Jake McKellar and Nick McIndoe both in the pits. McIndoe just coming out. No infringements.
Yeah, Jake McKellar in the pits too, like
just leaving the pits now too.
And
is
here's
Jake
the
McKellar.
Entry with Glenn.
There you go. Right on his tail. And Gleno on a slightly warmer tyre, but a very wriggly Bentley as he wriggled through the turn one. He wants the back of that McKellar car while it's on cold tyres.
I can't help but think, you know, that position was lost early in that race here where that Bentley just got a wiggle down through after coming through Crater Curves there into the floor where he saw McKellar just pick up the pieces. And but look, this is going to go to the end, and Glenn's just had his own mistake. Actually, he saved it, but the car very twitchy there.
Yeah, again, it's like it's the corner before we were just talking about there. We'll just go to a bit of helmet cam here and just see what we mean here. Gleno in fourth position. Nice turn in, and there's just a little bit of oversteer on the exit.
And a really tricky part of the track there, Dave.
Very, very tricky. Off camber, over the crest. Very difficult. It's a nuance that Donington has. There's two of the corners that are very similar, and that's Donington. That's all I can say.
That's an unforced error, and that gap's now just opened up. And really, with the time running down, with 5 minutes to go, we're only going to see a few more laps run out of the 20 laps or so. We should have about 15 minutes time. I'm just noticing it looks like a sun shower might come through. That's not going to affect the guys, but oh my God, they would be seeing that on the radar.
And wouldn't they what? As we see Josh Rediger running down the hill with the new guy. Dave, you're the new guy, Dave. So the new guy, Dave Zero, hot in tow. Josh with a little bit of a damaged Ferrari there, and with a big chunk of ballast on board.
Yeah, that big 25. Oh no, he had 30 kilos of cement bags in the back there.
So all that aside, Josh, it's still a solid performer. Well done to the new guy, Dave. for just hanging on the back of that Ferrari at the moment in the McLaren. Very, very nice work. Welcome to Asrnz, my friend. Where are we? Who else is close here? I think it's Mike King and Brad Robinson, the two McLarens. Now, these guys have raced throughout the season, off and on pretty close. Look at how close these two guys are at the moment.
Yeah, Davo, isn't it great to see those two boys going hard at it, and they haven't put a foot wrong really all season. You know, they've had a few little
ups and downs,
but to be honest, they've learned from it, and they come out stronger. And look, they're still here. And oh, look at that move from Brad.
Position swapping, one corner to the next.
Great to watch.
Absolutely.
Still both being respectful of each other there too, Davo.
Yeah, very good spatial awareness between them. Oh, and both in the same, both in the same cars. So it definitely does help with this sort of stuff. But yeah, awesome to watch. I'm going to have to pop up Steve Wilton and Mudgy just quickly, JB, if we want to just get your peepers on that, because that is ramping up. That is for 5th and 6th position, my friend.
Yeah, and look, Davo, that Porsche of Mark Mudry has come from the back.
Oh, 17th, I think we
made its way right back.
And it's
well inside the top 10.
Yep.
And Mark Mudry doing a 127.5, also nearly as quick. He's almost got the quickest lap.
Yeah. And that car's well beaten, mind you.
He's a good 7/10 a lap quicker than Farmer.
Yeah.
On the best lap. So
there you go.
So he's only being held up at the moment.
So what are you trying to say? Is it Farmer would be nervous?
Well, we know with 2 minutes counting down, I would expect to see Mudgy trying to go for that 5th spot and take that off Wilton.
Yeah, so full attack mode from Mudgy, viewers, and it will be full defence mode from Farmer as this winds down. I've got to thank a couple of people as we wind down to the end of the first race. ABC Tech, obviously, for all our Asrnz servers and keeping us all online. Zero Vision Motorsport for all our technical support, and SJS, the major sponsor, for promoting the series. Once again, thank you everyone. We're winding down race 1. JB, Farmer and Mudgy at it. McIndoe's out in front.
Mudry's saving a big slide.
Oh, still gathering that up. Have we got time to look at it? Let's check it out.
Just as I think he was getting a good run on Farmer, the car just picked up a little bit too much curb, Davo. Really upset the car. And he was lucky he didn't actually put that into the grass and off the track and into the wall. As we wind down that replay, we do know that the leader of Nick McIndoe, the fastest lap of the race, is on the last lap. 9.8 seconds behind Ashley with a solid drive at present in second, Jake in third, and our new guy Dave Zero inside the top 10. So, wow. Rain, it looks like it's coming. Plenty of action through the field. No one with any stop goes. It's all coming down to this quick sprint race. Nick McIndoe as he rounds the final corner of the race. Well done, Nick.
Yep.
Congratulations on that.
Nice work, Nick.
When
yep.
Ashley Vertiga. But he'll be wrapped with that. I think he might be moving up a class after an effort like that.
Maybe.
We'll see. Jacob Keller, we've seen him on the podium multiple times. No wonder he is our championship leader. Glenn Dewar, not far behind. That battle went to the line too. Farmer and Mudgy.
Farmer holds out Mudgy. Yes.
was heating up, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? What? Josh Rediger drags that Ferrari home. Oh,
yeah, tough start for Josh off that front row with that incident at turn 1. Oh, sorry, the final corner.
7th position for Josh. Mule and
Davidson. Oh, what a race they've had.
Yeah. King in 10th. And Dave Zero actually dropped right at the end there. He lost a couple of positions in the last lap or two and drops back just out of the top 10. Brad Robinson. Who we got next? Vaughan Martin.
Vaughan Martin, yeah, in the Porsche.
Maxwell Hawkins pulling up before the line.
Does he make it? Is he out of fuel?
Is he out of fuel or what?
So, no, the cars are still flying by. Is that the line there?
Pete Apsey, Kenny Simpson, Bobby Laycock. What's going on with Maxwell?
Yeah, and
he's off again.
I've got to ask the question, Davo. Enright, we did see him well up in the order, and he's well down the order. So
I'm confused.
Something's happened to Enright in the mix too, because he was holding a solid. I'm sure he was inside the 5.
He was.
Maybe that's a pit stop gone wrong or an unforced error. Who knows? It's
Donington. It's bloody Donington. We thought Bathurst was crazy. Look.
It does. And Gunter and Brendan, not really getting the most out of their races there. Far out.
Far out is exactly the words. Look, that is amazing. What a cracking start to the night, mate. Oh my God.
Well, we give Jake a bit of a congratulations for his P3.
Start dragging him in the door, mate. Come on.
There we go. All right. Welcome to the comms box, Jake McKellar. You've got yourself a P3 there. Great for your championship there. How'd that race pan out for you?
Yeah. Bit of a mixed bag, that one. Wasn't really sure what to expect coming in and out of pits, but yeah, I was lucky enough to get that jump on Glenn, so it worked out in the end. Yeah,
nice work. You're on the podium, mate. Can't complain about that. Leading the championship.
Absolutely.
You're doing well.
Yeah, a little unforced error behind you with Glenn gifting you a bit, but he did come charging back at you at the end. You take him when you can get him. Certainly no stranger to the box here, Jake. Congratulations. Wishing the best. How'd you find your quali session actually at the start of that? It was wet.
In the rain.
Yeah. I thought I had it down to pat, but I definitely misjudged the track conditions. Wasn't as wet as I thought it would, so I lost a bit of time there, but it is what it is, mate.
Yeah. Well done. You got a third. Good luck for the next time. It's a busy night, so we'll drag you back.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
See you, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
Ashley Verica.
User was moved to your channel.
First time into the box this season. Congratulations on P2 there, Ash. Driving that Porsche, you'll be wrapped with that one.
Well-deserved win.
Second. Yes, I was a bit fortunate. Mudgy started from the pits because he forgot it was only 1 lap qualifying and did 2. And then Max took Josh out at the hairpin on the first lap, so there was another 2 out of my way, so I suddenly found myself in second.
Well, Ash, you were there to pick up the pieces. The Porsche was quick in the dry. Your fastest lap time was a 1:27.9. Only 4 tenths off the leader's quickest time, but mate, you're still there. Your pit stop went well. You've come out with a podium. You're leader of the Pro-Am class at this stage, so
championship points are looking good.
6th overall, so
yeah. Unfortunately, getting a podium elevates me to the pros. So I've just lost the Pro-Am championship.
Well, look, there's plenty to shake out yet with the season ahead. We've seen guys go forwards and backwards all over the place. Wishing you the best for qualifying and race qualifying for the next race and race 2. Let's see what's going to happen with the weather. Are you nervous?
No, the car's pretty good, wet and dry. So, no, I wouldn't actually mind if it rained, just something different. We've had all dry races until now. That quali was the first rain we've had, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the Porsche definitely looks solid in the dry, so...
Yeah, it's a bit taily still, and a bit you got to keep your wits about you, but on the whole, it's not too bad.
Yeah, nice.
Right, well, let you get back to it. We know there's a tight turnaround between these, and you've got plenty to do. All the best, Ashley. It's great to see you up here in the box.
Definitely.
And we do give them away.
And we hope to see you in about 35 minutes or so.
You never know your luck. Hopefully everybody will fall off again. Thanks, guys.
See you, mate. Good luck.
User was moved out of your
And
channel.
finally, we have
User was moved to your
Our
channel.
race winner.
no slouts.
No slouch.
And no stranger to the comms box.
Yep, he's running second in the championship. Nick McIndoe, congratulations on P1. You had a good gap there. People fell off behind you.
Yeah.
Fastest lap of the race,
Yes.
1:27.5. How'd that go for you, mate?
Yeah, I just drove off, and then did Josh get a tap in the back, did he?
Yeah, early in the race.
Yeah, early doors.
Late in lap 1.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it was fine. Car felt all right. Yeah, not much to say really. When you're just cutting practice laps really.
And the door and the doors open up a little bit for you to a certain extent.
Yeah, I got to have a little play when I come up on some back markers, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And the car's feeling solid?
Yeah, it does. It feels pretty good in the wet, pretty good in the dry. I don't know if it'll be enough for the Porsches, really, if they're around me. You know, if I get to race with them next race, pending qualifying for everybody and all that. Yeah, I think they're pretty rapid, eh?
Yeah. Given the chance, if they're on point, you'll struggle. Yeah, we sort of noticed that it's sort of a bit of a recurring theme there over early practice and quali and stuff, and so. But also another recurring theme is that everyone's saying that they've got a fairly good wet to dry setup too. So that's good to hear. So we, doesn't matter what the conditions are, we're still going to have a good race out of it all. So
yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have a wet race, I think. But it'd be nice if it just stayed wet, or
yeah, one or the other.
Rather than that mixed bag.
Fair
it's
enough.
when it gets ugly, eh?
For sure.
Well, as spectators, we love seeing mixed bag stuff, Nick. What we do know, you have just closed that gap to your rival Jake McKellar by taking first place and him finishing third. That points gap of around 14 points will have closed up significantly right there. So wishing you the best of luck for Q2 and race 2. Go well.
Yeah, copy. Go well, go long.
Awesome. Good on you, mate. Talk to you soon.
Oh, hopefully. We'll see.
Okay, Jay. Thanks, mate.
See you.
User was moved out of your channel.
That is a wrap for race 1. We have a very, very short break, and we'll be back, JB, for race 2 quality. Welcome back, everybody, and good evening. You are joining us here again for Asrnz's 2022 Season 1 GT3 Series. It's round 5. It's Donington. We've already had one race. I'm back here with JB. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, thanks. Dave,
Awesome.
there was a donker of a sprint race, that one. Plenty of replays in there. Woo!
I lost count.
Yeah, and look, same old guys that seem to be putting it up on their podium too.
Oh, definitely.
Just heard a few little things there. We, while we're in the short break, with the qualifying sessions that we do run here, where they only have the 6 minutes to do that, they have an outlap and that one flying lap. We expected Mark Mudgway in that Porsche to be a lot further up. He had actually completed an extra lap, which meant he started from pit lane for that race. So
yeah,
we didn't pick up on that stuff there, but we would expect that car will be one to watch through this qualifying session.
Absolutely. So as he resides in the pit still, we've got Jake McKellar and Glenn Dewar out. Dewar just running across the line. He may actually be one of the first cars out, with Mudgy just exiting now. So Dewar on his first lap. He quite possibly could be the first car out. I'm not sure, but we will focus on this car now. This car did feature in the first race, but just didn't quite make it again, and we've seen him with such terrible luck over the early part of the season, and again struggling here at Donington with a little bit of a twitchy Bentley, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Dave. The cars looking all different in different parts of the track. We've seen guys have unforced errors through that last race. It's a little bit uncharacteristic for some of them, but look, hey, that either shows how far they're push, how much they're pushing, or how far they're pushing the setup window too. So.
True. You know, like, and you just wonder whether, okay, is it just a bit of a dodgy setup, or are they just pushing those limits right to the nth degree? And you know, that's the repercussion. You know, like, it's serious. There's sheep stations involved, JB, up here at the point of the end, as Gleno comes out of the final corner for his first flying lap.
It's a benchmark, 129.4. Ashley Bedeker pipping him by 4/10, 129 flat. So a poor lap for Glenn there. Hawkins to the top on 28.3
above Bedeker.
Gosh,
unbelievable.
Hawkins at this point.
Just going to try and pick up on McKellar. Where is McKellar on track at the moment? Here he is. He's coming
around
the
chicane, back through the
back.
S's there.
He would be definitely the next person, and
Mudgway on his hot lap there. He's catching the back marker of Brendan Rolfe too, so that's going to be
could be a little bit of a distraction.
Good bit of a gap there. So providing goes wrong there, he'll get his lap in. Mark Mudgway out on track. That's going to be one to watch where he pops in.
So McKellar across for a third position. We'll drop straight to McIntyre or Mudgy.
Gunter Rowe, P5. That's a good. And Brad up in P6. That's
awesome work from both Gunter and Bradley there. Nice work. We still have a couple of top end boys here, a handful actually, Wilton, McIntyre and Mudgy. Mudgy now just coming around the final corner. Wilton's still in the pits. What's going on with that? Mudgy to the top of the list now. We did hear a whisper off air in between races.
That.
And
what happened to Farmer? What has happened to Farmer? He was out on track, Davo, doing his time.
So unfortunate there for Farmer.
Sorry to interrupt there, Davo. Yeah.
So just watching McIntyre as he just comes down into this final complex of hairpins here. Nice tidy lap. He's up on his time. Is it enough? It's been close. We've got Mudgy, Maxwell, Josh Vediger, McCullough, Ashley Vediger, got the road, Brad Robinson, Glenn Dwyer so far. And there it is.
P3.
P3. So Mudgy and Maxwell. What a cracking lap from Maxwell. JB.
Right. Brendan
Awesome.
Rolfe bringing it into 15th there? Yep.
Yep, 15th for Brendan. Apsey.
And Pete.
Where did that go?
Oh, that was the car of Gunter Rowe, actually, popping himself into 7th there. So,
and Apsey in 11th. Just out of the top 10. So Kenny actually rounding out the top 10. So just run through that quickly. Mudgy, Maxwell Hawkins in 2nd, Nick McIndoe 3rd, Josh Vediger 4th, 5th, Jake McCullough 6th, Ashley Vediger, Gunther Rowe in 7th, Brad Robinson in 8th, Glenn Dewar in 9th, Kenny Simpson, well done Kenny, in the top 10, Pete Apsey 11th, 12th again, Dave Zero, welcome the new guy Dave, doing well in the McLaren, Mike King in 13th, Vaughan Martin 14th, Mule 15th, Brendan Rolfe, Bobby Laycock, Aaron Enright, Steve Wilton in 19th, something went wrong there, Nick Davison in 20th. So the last three guys did not submit times. So
and that's interesting, David. Nick Davidson, he was, the runner. He was running with Gunter at the moment in the championship in Pro-Am in 8th equal. That swing went towards Nick in that last race. This time, and Gunter being miles down, this time round, look at Gunter starting in 7th and Davidson back down in 20th. So that's going to equalise. That's going to keep them tight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay.
But well done, Mike King, 13th first of your AM drivers there.
Very nice, very nice.
Ashley Vediger, P2, and 6th there, first of the Pro-Ams. So. Woo, here we go, Davo. What's this weather going to do? What's going to happen as this session rolls over for this next 30-minute compulsory
get the
sprint round?
You may as well get a pair of dice and roll them on the table, mate. Anything could happen as the boys get down to business.
And looking what I'm seeing there, looking at a nice optimum sunny track there, so 18 degrees Celsius on track temperature, 22, 7 kilometre wind to southeast. Davo, we're going to be in for a cracker. We know this Porsche's going to be quick. Maxwell Hawkins, standout performance for him in the front row.
For sure.
And that battle between Josh and Jake is going to be a fantastic one to run. Glenn Dewar down a bit further than I would expect, and a great lap there from Gunter and Brad to actually get that job done there. So that's going to be a great battle to watch, that mid-pack stuff.
That mid to low end of the top pack there for sure. I think the usual mid-pack racing at ASRnz is going to shine here again tonight. It can get a bit hectic, and it runs down to the wire. We see it all week in, week out. These guys race to the end. There's no mucking around.
And what will happen here, Dave, is their cumulative results from these two sprint rounds will determine their overall points for the weekend. So as they lead into the next round next week, being Kyalami, another endurance round. It's going to be
endurance at Kyalami. There you go. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great one to see how this pans out overall and who does what. Do people go in early again in the pit window? Do they?
We did
do they
see
go
that.
quite late?
We did.
I guess it all depends on where you're starting, what happens to you in these first couple of laps. And
for sure. And yes, we did see some very early pit entries as the pit window opened, race 1, as the boys just start rolling off the line.
Yeah, so these guys will be going through their standard formation outlap for their rolling start. Lots of things that they'll be going through. Again, how they cycle the tyre, the brake to generate a bit of heat. Double checking a few of their pressures there, and tyre sets. We've got to remember they had 10 tyre sets that they started this weekend, and so a busy weekend for the tyre bank there. They've got to do qualifying, practice, qualifying, race, you know. So it's going to be a lot going on for some of these guys in those cockpits at the moment. Woo! Here we go again, Davo.
Yes, here we go again. A lot of pressure and a lot of things going through these guys' heads at the moment, making sure they've got their setup sorted. Like we've been saying ever since qualifying race 1, it could rain. You know, like we saw rain in Q1. So you want to make sure you've got your stuff sorted.
Yeah, well, who knows what can happen, Davo. And yeah, and there's a lot of different things with their pressures, and we go into a bit of a afternoon race here, a bit different to the race they had a bit later, so 4 p.m.
A little bit later, almost 5, but yeah, it's it's nearly 2 hours later, isn't it, than the race 1, as they just start to form up around the final complex of corners here. Just trying to find their space. See a few of the guys up the back there still trying to get into position here. The front end of the pack looks like they've got it covered. Coming up to the final corner, we're on Josh Rediger's car. Up beside McIndoe, we've got Mudgee and Maxwell Hawkins in front. This is race 2, round 5, Asrnz 2022 GT3 series. The light is green. We are racing.
Great
JB.
initial jump there from Josh.
Nice.
Nick McIndoe having the inside line there. He's going to be wanting to put pressure on Maxwell straight away, but respectfully, the guys are all getting through that first turn okay, so...
Yeah, smartly, as well as the back end of the field actually runs very neatly down the hill. Dave just getting tangled up with Vaughan there a little at the bottom of the hill as we just pop back up the front here. Gunther Rowe holding good position in 6th. As we see Nick McIndoe wanting to make an early move on Maxwell and try and get away. He has Josh Rediger behind. That would be a smart move, wouldn't it, JB?
Would be. We see the power of that Lexus like we saw before on Josh, really firing up the outside there. But look, with
so who out of that top crew? Well, we know Mudgee has no weight, as Maxwell has no weight. Nick McIndoe?
Well, Jake McKellar in the Lexus, he got a third at Bathurst, so he's actually
got
carrying. He's got plenty as well. We know Josh has. Who else got second? Steve Wilton carrying ballast for being P2 at Bathurst. So
there you go.
See Jake up on the podium with that weight. That's another outstanding drive for him.
As we just look out of the back of Jake McKellar's car, and he has Gunther Rowe, Glenn Dura, and Ashley Rediger just crawling over the back of that Lexus. Loads of pressure. Immediately, it is lap 2.
Glenn getting past. Glenn just getting past Ashley, noting that early move there.
A bit of an early move there, yeah, nicely done.
Seen a little bit of the headlight glow off the track, Davo, so the
clouds are coming over maybe. So nice tidy start. This is a very nice tidy start.
But here we go, McIndoe just making the move on Maxwell Dawkins there, but then running straight deep into the sand and his own.
Probably gives it away, and I think Josh is going to take advantage.
Josh there, and this is Nick hold this inside line.
We'll take a bit of a replay of that out of Josh's car, in car from Josh. We see Maxwell get a bit of a slide through the sweeping right-hander down the back straight here. McIndoe lines him up, gets on the inside. Josh waiting for the crumbs. McIndoe goes deep into the chicane, totally blows it. Josh very sideways on the way out, but gathers that position up, or does he?
He was lucky to actually hold his position there, Nick, because Josh looked like he was ready to pounce straight away, but unfortunately going around the outside of the hairpin is just not going to give you the rights to that next corner. So.
It's not that quickest way around someone,
no.
that's for sure.
And those drivers like Nick will be well awake to that, to holding that line.
For sure. Now Josh does have, what should I say, Nick? Oh, hang on, I'm on Jake McKellar's car. Yeah, that's Jake McKellar behind Josh Vettigar.
And this battle's going to heat up. Glenn's going to put the pressure on Jake. Jake's going to put the pressure on Josh. Josh is going to put the pressure on Nick. And while all this is going on, it's only playing into the hands of Mark Mudray, who we know is quick in the dry in that portion. He's going to, I'm going to expect him to really charge out to a lead. But Maxwell Hawkins is going to be under huge pressure.
Any moment. Look, we're just going to have a quick scope back here through the field. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Kenny Simpson, Aaron Enright, Steve Wilton, Mike King, Nick Davison. All these guys so close together, and it's locked in a really tight battle. We're only not even 5 minutes into this race, and it's solid at the back still. No mistakes, and that's the difference. There's been very little incident early in the race, and it's kept this field very tight, JB.
That's right. Nick Davidson, we know he started way, he didn't get his lap in, he's moved forward, so it's good for him. Mike King doing a stellar job.
Also got this Bob Laycock, Pete Apsey, Brad Robertson, I think, as we just see the pit window open. There's another
Davo, as this pit window opens, I'd expect some of these cars that are getting bottled, like the likes of McIndoe, Josh and Jake, to probably react pretty quickly.
Okay, so
it just depends how they're going to come out in that train, because they will have to deal with those other cars.
Okay, so we will just get up the porty end again here with this window open. Would be interesting to see what comes in, what stays out, as we see Josh showing the nose up beside McIndoe's green BMW. Has it got it? I don't think it has.
No, he's just going to have to find the right spot on the track. And
final complex. Is anyone going in? No one's going in. Right back to Ashley Vettigar staying. Simpson side by side with Maxwell. Simpson in. Whoa. Who else is in there? Just quickly. We've got Mike King in.
Simpson, Mike King. Good move from Mike to get in there and get that stop done.
Nice work. So both those boys in early. They were tight. Kenny was side by side with Maxwell there.
Yeah, let's see who's going to get the jump between those two.
So we've also got Vaughan Martin and Pete Apsey in as well. Oh, Kenny out immediately. Super quick stop. Just watch that for any infringements. It's always a risk. Very tidy stuff from Simpson. Got to get back up. Got to have a look at this. Yeah, Maxwell McIndoe is on fire this battle.
McIndoe showing a nose up the side, but it's only opening the car up for Josh Vettigar to have a good sniff on the outside. But what's Josh going to do? He's going to have a look. Is he going to fake to the inside?
Where can he go? There's just BMWs everywhere. follows them to the final corner here. Very tidy stuff from these boys. Very clean racing. McIndoe in.
Yes, he's had enough, and this is a smart thing to do from the
Absolutely.
He's only being held up by Maxwell. He knows it, and look, he might come out in some back market traffic, but it's not. The pain isn't going to be that bad.
No,
if
for
he's
sure.
been stuck behind that other car for that long.
For sure. Glenn Dewar also in that group of pit stops.
Yep, smart.
So again, smart move. McIndoe out, Dewar out. So equally as quick stops and both very tidy stuff.
You're just joining just in front of the other car there, the 28 of Bobby Laycock. So what they've done is they've actually come out in clear air, Davo.
Yeah.
So they can actually get on with this now. And
that's the whole goal, though, isn't it, JB, when these guys do these pit stops when they're in heavy traffic like this, isn't it?
Brad Robertson into the pits as well. He's served his pit stop, and he's
out and back on track
as well. So
nice
look,
work.
this is going to be great to watch this all unfold as those other guys roll through the program. Mark Mudgeway, fastest lap of the race. No surprises here. 1:27.9. Would expect that lap time to come down.
And where would you expect? Mudgy would just stay out as long as possible, would you? You would expect.
Well, yeah, well that's right. He's now in his rhythm, and with whatever comes, you know, weather-wise, if there's anything looking like it's looming, if you need to stop, you're gonna.
Yeah. He should be
able
able
to stop twice, so he can control the race from this position. Maybe until he maybe gets caught up in some back markers, he might look at pitting in, but I imagine he'll go right to the end.
Okay, so other quick little battle here. We do have closest on my radar is Gunther Rowe, Ashley Vettigar in 5th and 6th. Ash, does Ash pit? He's got Gunther in front of him. Now Gunther, no slouch tonight. He's moving quickly.
He is.
We know Ash is. He knows that Porsche's got something in it. Does he get in and get out in clear air like the other boys have? JB, what are your thoughts there?
I tend to agree. I think Ashley's a smart racer. I think he's not going to want to get caught up too much in this battle with Gunther unless he clears him sooner rather than later. He'll. Yeah, if Gunther doesn't go in, I'd say Ashley's going to go in and vice versa.
Yeah, okay. So just looking out of the inside of Ashley's golf-inspired Porsche there at the moment as they round the final corner. Let's just have a quick look. Does Ashley go in? No, he doesn't. Follows for one more lap.
Yep, so he's either settling in and thinking maybe he can get this job done on track. He wants to maybe stay out
for sure
a little bit longer.
As we see Wilton enter the pits. Now, Wilton was tucked in behind, I think, Aaron Enright at the time. Again, we talk about this.
Yes, he was.
The boys trying to get some bit of clean air. Looked like Wilton had a bit of a double take at his pit box there, but out very quickly.
Very
Watch
quick
this.
stop. Yeah, that was a good stop from Wilton there. He's going to rejoin behind.
Oh, very nice, tidy stuff. No infringements. So done really well.
The 28 car of Bobby Laycock.
I think that is like, yes, it is.
Just ahead, but he has not stopped yet.
So as we just pick up on the Hawkins Gunther Rowe Ashley Vettigar situation, this is
heating up.
This is well and truly heating up.
So why is Maxwell Hawkins?
That is a well-beaten car.
Back with these guys, I can't understand why Maxwell's actually back there.
Have a look at the state of that car. So we've obviously missed something as we see Vettigar. Now we thought this would have happened the lap before.
Yep.
Vettigar off, he's in. Also see Dave Zero, I think, in the background as well. So Maxwell.
You're right, Davo. The Maxwell Hawkins car 164 has been in the wall. It must have been. It's like you say, scratched up. So
yeah, she's a
we've
smash
missed it,
grab,
yeah.
that one. So, but it was he was in second, so he's come back a couple of positions. He's had a bit of a touch up, and he looks like he's recovered reasonably from what looks like a fairly hefty blow to the front of that BMW and down the one side. So let's just see where he goes with that. He has got plenty of pressure from Gunther behind. Does he get that thing in the pits? He will not want to repair that car, no doubt. And
now we do know, yeah, like you say, Davo, that Ashley was behind Gunther.
Yes.
At that point, so we would expect, I would expect a jump there from Ashley. So look forward to seeing how that one unravels. And looking at their lap times there, Ashley's fastest time of 1:28.4 over Gunther's a 1:28.7.
Okay.
There's a net gain. There's going 3/10 quicker.
Not a lot, but it all adds up.
Yep. Well, it only takes 3 laps to make a second, Davo, so chuck a mistake in there as well.
Yeah, I'm hearing ya, and easily done around here. So, yeah, nice work. Gunther stays out a little longer again. We've got most of the back end of the field already through. Bob Laycock, I think we're still waiting on, but only, I think half a dozen boys up the pointy end. Mudgee, Vedica, Mr. McKellar, Maxwell Hawkins, Gunther Rowe, and Aaron Enright up the pointy end, waiting for a pit stop. And they're all moving pretty bloody quick. Let's have a look at Mudgee in that Porsche. We talked about him controlling the race. It's more like he's controlling his own race. He's out in front. He doesn't need to concentrate on what's going on behind him. He's just got to keep his head down and drive to the conditions. He has got a freaking mile of room. What is it? It's still it's over 10 seconds.
6.1 seconds to Josh in the Ferrari there.
That
Jake
looks
McKellar
like a lot
actually
more.
line locked actually with Jake and Josh actually quite close together. But you don't need to look further back through the field to see Nick Davidson and Mule having a really good battle.
Yeah.
Those two Lexuses. Mule's trading around the 1:29.3s and Davidson 1:29.2. So identical lap times. So these guys are going to.
Yeah, and going at it side by side.
There we go. Davidson actually making a
move on Mule, but look at how close it is. Oh, it's on. It's on.
Through those S's there, man, that's quick. They're approaching that point at 230 kilometres an hour, down from 5th to 2nd gear through there,
and you want to get it right.
Big stop down there to 60 k's, almost down into 2nd gear.
So nice, tidy stuff, but from both Mule and Davison.
New fastest lap of the race, Margie, a 1:27.4, so miles ahead of any of the other guys at present. Closest one would be Glenn Dewar, back in 8th, running a 1:27.6. So Bentley still got some good pace there.
Oh, hasn't it? Well, I just noticed Jake McKellar and Josh Vedica have just got a little bit of space between them now. I think neither would probably pit because there's sort of no threat for any speed difference. But as we see Maxwell enter the pits, 5th position.
Yep, this is going to hurt Maxwell after he takes his pit, and with whatever happened to him, he's carrying a bit of damage, and we're going to see him drop backwards, and that's an unfortunate one. He did have a good qualifying.
He did, and he held second there for some time. So a very quick pit stop, though. Just
very quick pit stop. Yeah, he's out. Looks like he's going to be just ahead of.
So just
Ashley or thereabouts. He's going to join very close with Ash.
Oh, very close with Ash. And I just noticed as that happened, we got Brennan Rolfe with a drive-through penalty for the Aston, I think it is,
Yeah,
that Brennan's driving at the moment. But there you go. Nice work from Maxwell to get that BMW out in front of Ashley. Can he keep it there is the question, JP. I mean, really. He's struggled. He's struggled to keep the thing in check, not only tonight, but even last week at Bathurst. So hopefully Max keeps his head down and stays focused.
Yeah,
so
that 17 of Ashley is going to be charging.
Oh,
He's going to have the lock on.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, Max is going to need to be focused because Ash will not let up. That Porsche is quick tonight.
Enright up in P5 there, he hasn't stopped yet either, so that's a bit of a showing where we saw him last in race 1. He was up in that 5. We missed something that had happened because he was way down the order for whatever reason. Yeah.
So nice work from Enright. Gunther also doing a stellar job in 4th position, also hasn't pitted. Jake McKellar and Josh Vediger, and both trail Mudgee, who is out in front in the Porsche. Mate, these guys are making a good show of this. We're just waiting for these pit stops to equalise before we start getting into superlatives, because anything could happen here. We've got 5 guys, should I say, still out without a pit stop. Watch this space. It's got 5 minutes, nearly 6 minutes to go on the pit window too, mind you, JB.
Yeah, that's closing down, and that first 20 minutes of this race has just evaporated. It's gone. We're into the last 10, so we're only going to see another handful of laps in before we know this race will be over. But, wow. As it stands, though, at present, Mark Mudgee leading, Josh Vediker, Jake McKellar, Gunter Rowe and Aaron Enright in the top 5, all yet to pit. Where Nick Mickindo, Glynn and Maxwell pop out into that battle, as we see Ashley pass Max Hawkins there.
Oh, there you go. Missed that on
that's
screen.
Just happened, so
nice work from Ash. We sort of expected it. Baxter's car looks a little bit wounded, and Ash is on fire, so that was a little bit of an expected move, really. But nice work from Ashley. Gets that thing up into 8th with 5 guys, should I say, in front of him that have not pitted. Seriously, watch this space, because that car ended up on the podium in race 1. I suspect it's going to do the same thing again in race 2.
Yeah, without a doubt. Josh, he'd be making a bit of redemption here for what happened last race, and we've got to remember Josh is carrying a ton of weight in that car.
A big chunk of weight.
So that's a great performance from Josh with that BOP to be where he is. Also, we mentioned Jake carrying that weight as well. So these 2 guys still up the pointy end, goes to show. Still
can be done, but Jake McKellar has shown it for the last couple of weeks and done it well. Again, making a good showing at Donington now.
Mark Mudgee up on the back of back now, so
the camera guys have just picked up on that.
How he's going to rattle through these. This is where you pray and hope that the guys are aware to the blue flags and things like that, and
you've
doesn't upset your rhythm too much.
And it's that rhythm, isn't it, JB? It's not only them, giving you that little bit of space and that little bit of wriggle room to get through, but just that pace, that pace differentiation, and the rhythm. We talk about it all the time. It's so off-putting just to back off that little bit too long sometimes. No one pitting yet. We still have
with 3 minutes to go on that.
Here we go.
They've got to be diving in. We'd expect to see all those top 5s diving in, I would imagine.
So Mudgee
just to get this done. Josh staying out for one more.
So we'll keep an eye on Mudgie's pit stop here. Nice stop. Right on the marks by the looks of it.
Yeah.
He's off the jacks and off.
It didn't look like he wasted too much time there.
No.
He is going to come out just behind the 28 of Bobby Laycock.
So not overly super quick, but
looking at the
clean
gap
as.
behind, I'm seeing the car of Mickendo rounding turn 1 with Glenjua right on the heels of Mickendo now.
Yes.
So that gap has closed up big time.
Not, yeah.
Now,
as you would expect, but still very tidy pit stop and has that gap.
I've seen the car at the 76 of Vaughan just stop temporarily on the side of the track. It's looking a bit beat up on the inside right, so he's had his own mistake.
We do see this every where the boys will pull up on the side of the road. Quite often it can be a software or hardware error. They'll pull it up and keep the game running and do a bit of a reset on their wheel or their shifter or their pedals, and they'll get back out there and keep moving. Kudos to these guys for keeping that up. As we just see Vediger, big riddle through the last corner and into the pits.
They have only got a
Josh
minute
Lee
20 to get this pit stop done, Davo.
So McKellar also in.
And this is going to be crucial where these guys pop out, because we see
Gunther Rose
Mickendo and
Who are we
Glenn
watching?
Dewar. That Mickendo and Dewar battle is really heating up now. They've just rounded the final corner, so where Josh and McKellar pop out after their pit stops.
So here we go in McIndoe's car.
Josh is out.
And Josh is out already.
There goes Snakey. Clearly through, so
Yeah, nice work.
all
Jake
the stops
Devo's still in the
completed now.
pits. Yep. Mudgy carries off nicely. Nick McIndoe in second with the pressure of the Bentley.
And that's going
Now
to go
McIndoe.
right down to the end.
Absolutely, with McIndoe.
Back markers.
Back
and
markers
this is not
in
where
tow.
you want to be catching back markers, and especially when you've got the heat on from your other car. But well, they got
Absolutely
through.
not.
Didn't really break their rhythm too much, Davo. But
It's all happening. We look out of the front of Dewar's car, and McIndoe was all kinds of sideways out of the fast right-hander there. Seemed to drop into the chicane.
to be honest, Davo, that lead that Mudgy had is down to 3.9 seconds. And these guys behind are actually, they haven't let Mudgy get away with it.
No, they've caught, they've pushed, they've got their own race that they're racing, and they've kept that pace up as Dewar again gets that Bentley rider near the back of the BMW, but just doesn't quite deliver.
I'll just keep the viewers informed. In the background, there was a bit of an incident between Nick Davidson, Brad Robertson and co. They're all fighting for sheep stations back there. Davo and
It's a little bit of a malarkey going on in the background. We've got to get back to this. Nick McIndoe, Glenn Dewar. We have 4 minutes to go. This is for the second spot on the podium. Mudgy with no mistakes takes it away as McKellar drives it off the track. He's back on the circuit. Oh no!
we saw McIndoe go off too.
Oh, McIndoe,
McIndoe
should I
had
say? Oh, nearly took out Josh. Oh my God, it's still going on. We've got McKellar nicking the back and McIndoe still off the track.
What's going on?
Oh
in the
my God.
stages here.
Oh, as we see McIndoe go off into the wall in the replay. We'll get back here too.
Oh, so close with
Josh Rediger coming around the corner here. Oh, missed that little bit. He was so close.
And unfortunate for Nick, just getting a little bit caught up in the back marker too when he was rejoining. I don't know
I think
how that played out.
No, yeah, oh, damn. It changed so quickly there.
Bang, just like that, the race just flipped on its head.
Yeah. wow. Just wow.
And this is how hard these guys will be pushing to the end.
Yeah.
Have they, and is this a combination of pressure or tyre pressure?
Yeah.
As the track changes a little bit, but that was an unforced error, I think, as he's just picked up that ripple strip, and he'll be filthy with that one.
Oh, absolutely, and it did continue on a little bit, and it did get a little bit messy, and it's unfortunate, and quite often the case. And McKellar's, I keep calling him McKellar. McIndoe's car looks shocking. It is badly damaged, and he will be struggling with the car. He's only got 2 minutes to go. He's got to keep the thing on track. He's in the top 10. Gunther goes just in front of him. Maxwell, another one with not a very pretty looking BMW at the moment. Jake McKellar in 5th. He got tangled up a little bit in the back end of that. Ashley Vediger has again probably taken a little bit of an advantage of that and got himself into 4th position. I expected him in the top 3. But Josh is in the top 3 at the moment in the Ferrari, in 3rd. Glenn Dewar in 2nd position, and Mark Mudgeway powering away in the Porsche. Awesome work. Let's go back. Steve Wilton has the Enright Dave Zero train right behind him.
Doesn't he just? And that's a BMW lockout now back there from 8 to 10. No,
isn't it? What?
It's just
so Enright giving it to him too. But how a race can change 50 seconds and counting, JB. How does this change? Look at these guys. And
we knew those guys were racing hard up the front, and just that pressure builds. Something will give.
Something will give. We've got to be on the final lap here. Surely. Yeah, we are watching Wilton chasing McIndoe down 4/8 as we speak.
I think we're going to go one more lap, Davo. Mudgie's
looks like it.
Going around the final turn, and with 14 seconds to go, he will cross the line and be able to go one more.
So we're going to go back to this Wilton McIndoe battle, because this could change. We have McIndoe with this is the trio of BMWs now. These are top end running BMWs here. We've got Maxwell, Wilton and McIndoe, and McIndoe's car is bad. It's badly injured. Wilton on fire. He can smell the blood, I think, JB.
He can, and with 1 to go, what can happen here? We know that the car of Enright's made ground 2 to be inside that 10.
Yeah.
Maxwell's gone backwards. McIndoe's gone backwards. Oh, Ashley's gone forwards.
It's all happening.
So Ashley's had a great round actually to get a 4th there by the looks.
It's been a tough gig, seriously. It's some scary stuff out there.
Dave Zero actually, just outside that back end of 10 too.
As well. Woo. Gave away a few positions towards the end of race 1, just putting himself out of the top 10, but ran in the top 10, the back end of the top 10 for most of race 1, Dave Zero did. Welcome, Dave. Asrnz, as we just see
through Goddard.
Wilton go, McIndoe down the inside. Outside.
There we go. Josh, Mudgie's just finished the race. Well done, Mudgie.
Well done, Mudgie.
This battle in the background, like you say, is hard to keep your eyes off. Glenn Dewars, 2nd place. Josh Vediger, 3rd. Ashley, 4th place.
Yeah, nice work.
And how this Jake McKellar in 5th. Gunther Rowe's going to come home for a 6th place, but
awesome work from
it's
Gunther.
going down to the wire at the end with Palmer. Taking that last position.
Well, he's got him.
Of Wilton.
Wilton took
taking McIndoe at the end there, so that's just salt in the wounds, that one. Or Nick.
That's Enright.
Hawkins said a smash crab or Dave Zero in 11th. Mule has had a great race with Nick Davidson in the 2 Lexuses there.
Brad Robertson bringing it up in the McLaren in 14. Pete Apsey 15. Kenny Simpson 16th. Come on, Kenny, bring it around. Final corner. The flares are flying. Mike King in 7. Vaughan Martin back in the pits already. A bit of a tangle up in the final couple of laps there in the Porsche. 19th, Bobby Laycock. And we got Brendan in, Brendan might have got, I think that might be on the transporter. So 19th.
Oh my goodness, what a race. And look, that's what happens here at Asrnz.
It's epic.
It's not over until the very end.
Mate, and I did mention it before the race start. I said, this stuff goes down to the wire. These guys do not stop racing until the last lap, and it's epic to watch. Some weeks better than others. JB, how exciting was that, mate? Look, where do you look when it's all going down like this? We don't have enough cameras.
We don't, and the time just whittles by so quickly in these sprint races too. So look, apologies if we missed any of those other tight battles going on, but we do have a limited count of cameramen here due to the COVID restrictions, but we do have a podium to get to also, Davo.
Absolutely, always. Every week we do. Yeah. And who brings that to us? Obviously, Go Racing, and we're in the hot box tonight. Who have we got first?
We've got Josh Vedica,
young Vedica.
Just dragging you down there, Josh. Sorry, you might have been in the debrief there, but look, you did bring your Ferrari home to a better result than race 1 and 3rd position. It all happened at the end. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, well, no, I think that the Ferrari was brilliant around here. It was really well balanced. I couldn't have driven better within reason. I don't think, no mistakes or anything like that. So no, like props to Mudgy and Glenn. Glenn came from behind as well. I think he had a bit better strategy. I should have pitted earlier. But no, Mudgy creamed it.
Yeah, that Porsche was quick, Josh, and we knew that if Mudgy got a good quali lap, he would be hard to beat for that one, and he did. He sailed away to that. But look, hey, you did carry maximum ballast of 30 kilos too through that, so your car was strong.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know if the ballast is what was helping it be strong, because it was a little bit more docile. So, I mean, it would have ended up being slow overall, but no, the car felt really good.
And we saw you narrowly miss Nick Mickendo, who made his own error. And man, that was so close at the end. I mean, whew. We're washing those over that race suit tonight?
No, I wasn't that close. I could see it like the entire time it was happening. So it probably ended up being a bit closer than I wanted it to be. But no cleaning needed.
Well, it looked bloody close from this end, but I'm sure it was all unfolding in front of you before that. So, well handled, mate, and just that extra position, I suppose, to pitch up the pointy, and look at you here, number 3.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel sorry for Nick, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
of
right.
Of course.
So, I'm not sure how we did see you carve back through the field in race 1 after that incident you had. You did have a good qualifying in race 1. We didn't get to speak to you. We thought we might have. You're going to Kyalami next. Endurance round.
John's doing a revision. You can hear it. It's like going, okay, he's reading his notes. Kyalami, endurance. Okay.
well, I've got a handful of notes on Josh. I mean, like
mate, we could go on all night.
Yeah, he's got multiple championships to this young man's name, so it is no surprises to see you in here, Josh. Well, if you're not winning, you're coming second. If a bad night means you get on the podium in third, then you take it. That's what we're hearing. So
yeah, and always enjoyable to watch, Josh. Great stuff, and I'm glad you're having a crack at the old Ferrari, because nobody else wanted to have a look at it. Nice work, man.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, good stuff. See you next week.
See you next week.
Absolutely.
User was moved out
There,
of your channel.
there you go, Josh. Really sorry, buddy.
Well, we like to probe these drivers while they got
We do,
while
we
they're
do.
in here.
Yes.
They got plenty to say sometimes, and
Yes.
sometimes not so much. So you got to probe them, Davo.
Yes, we want all the dirt. We want all the dirt for
The
sure.
inside
for sure.
scoop. Yeah. Well, co-commentator Glenn.
Oh yes.
It was Glenn Dewar. Welcome to the hotbox here. Congratulations on P2.
Once they hotbox.
Good strategy there to just get yourself out of traffic early. And yeah, there was a ding dong battle at the end.
Yeah, we didn't have the pace, bro. We just didn't have the pace tonight for those guys. But yeah, followed Slick, and he was on a good strategy, and it would have paid dividends to him if he hadn't just grabbed that little bit too much astroturf heading up the hill around the back there. And yeah, we'll take those, mate. If a two's on offer on a night like that,
Whatever it takes.
yeah, mate. It's yeah, it's good fun. I had a real ding dong with Nick, sort of a bit of an arm wrestle, and then I could see Joshy coming at the end, but knew that there was probably enough margin.
Yeah.
Well, you said your car was off pace. Margie said the fastest lap of 127.4. Your best time was a 127.5. So if 0.1 off is
off
yeah,
the pace,
then yeah.
You're doing okay, man.
You're doing okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
we
enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It looked challenging, and but the results were there, mate. So yeah, good stuff. Because I know they haven't been like over the past few weeks. So yeah, nice to see.
Thanks for reminding me, Gator.
Oh, it's okay. That's what I'm here for, mate.
Yeah, man. Still love you, mate. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. I'm looking forward to a Goldie and actually watching the stream. And
Cool.
I know you guys are probably plugged in, but just a big warm welcome to Dave Zero, mate, who's first night with you. I'm sure you noticed, and couple of quality 11s, race 1 and 2.
Dave got some airtime. He's doing well.
Nice.
Yes.
he did a great job. We did catch him and make note to that,
And shout out to Mudgee and shout out to Nick on great results. You know, different times during the night. Those guys are just clearly in league of their own when they got their shit together.
Absolutely, as do you yourself, my friend, and we hope to see you again next week. Kyalami, I hear, and it's an enduro. Have we got the Bentley wound up for that yet?
Mate, we'll get the spanners out and we'll give it a red hot go. But I'm hoping that we've dodged the weight because the 2.
Yes.
I don't know what my result was in race 1, but it wasn't that flash. So we might have dodged the weight here.
Yep.
For the enduro, which should be quite nice.
Would be perfect for a single race night, wouldn't it?
Yeah, hard out. But
gonna be hard to get the abacus out to decipher how that all panned out in the end. But
yep. Oh, the old teammate Crompo, team encouragement, clearly needs some encouragement to get his car back on the track. So if you're listening, Crompo, it's good to see you at Kyalami.
Crompo, where are you, bro? Glenn needs you.
Yeah, mate, come on.
Come on.
Well, he's probably working on the new parts, so if they do roll out at Kyalami, let's hope that the car's fast. Look, we know you've got a lot of championships to your name too, Glenn. So your eyes, I'm sure, going into the last, we've got halfway through this championship now. This is where it starts to heat up, and you look at your opponents around you, and this is where it all starts to count now. So well done, you made it to the podium, so you take those points.
Yep, we'll have a go, mate. We'll see how we go. We'll see what it looks like at round 10, eh?
Yes.
We will.
Awesome. Good to see you again.
Blokes.
Good to talk to you again tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
Peace.
See you next week.
User was moved out of your channel.
Excellent. We do have.
User was moved to your channel.
There's somebody else we needed to talk to. Who was that?
Yeah, the race winner, Davo.
Oh,
I think
the
his
winner
name's
guy.
Mark Mudgway.
That's right. The important one.
That guy is completely stuffed up race 1, that fella.
Yeah. Well,
it's a wonder he's still here. I thought you would have
you're-
gone to grab a drink by now.
Almost do.
Nice.
so obviously you had a bit of a shocker there in Q1, not quite getting the memo there about the laps, quali, but you did a better job in race 2. So
Yeah,
That's
nice work.
is my mic alright? Because we're having a bit of technical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, she's a bit dodgy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay, but we got ya. We got ya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like you're in a submarine, but you're working it, mate. It's awesome. So for whatever reason, you don't have to talk when you're driving the Porsche to a win. So thankfully, the mic didn't matter.
No, there's nothing more enjoyable than driving a on-point Porsche.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, because the amount of times that it spits you out, it's really, really rewarding when you get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we do know you did start from the pits for the first race. What happened? Because your car was looking a bit scratched up.
I was coming around on the first or second lap. I just came around and there was a car in the middle of the corner, and then he decided to go forward when I was trying to go around him.
Yeah, right. And
I was carrying quite a bit of damage as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We did see the car looking damaged, but you did move forward anyway. We saw some good passes that you made. The car was fast, even though it was damaged.
For sure. For sure.
Going into Kyalami next week for an enduro. Don't know how it's going to pan out points-wise for the round. I'm sure you'll be hoping to be just outside that BOP for that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Nick and Day had a bit of a shocker on that last one, didn't he?
Yeah, we caught that on the stream, and that was
lap.
really unfortunate.
Yeah, second last lap or something. Yeah, poor bugger.
Yeah.
So I think Jake might have stretched his lead a little bit more. I think looking at it in total.
Yeah, it'll be close. They might stay status quo or there or thereabouts. If anything, some of the other guys might have made some forward ground. So anyway, congratulations. We expected to see you in here with the pace you'd been carrying through the practice sessions.
Definitely.
Throughout the week. The rain never came to Donington, apart from the first quali session.
Which is that's a change for starters, because it usually pisses down here. But the Porsche's dominated, and that's what we like to see.
Yeah, we like to see different cars, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it was good to see Ashley up there too. He got a P2 for the Porsche as well. So.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, boys.
Awesome,
well done,
Mudgy.
Grab some more cold beers out of the fridge here.
Yeah.
And have some of them.
And enjoy the stream, mate. Go back and have a look at it. Awesome stuff, mate. I hope to see you next week.
All right.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you go, Paps.
Awesome stuff.
Round 5.
What a fantastic round. Like, Donington's a super cool track. We thought it might have rained, and it was going to make it like exciting. But we didn't even need
we didn't even need the rain.
Bloody rain.
Yeah, there was plenty of excitement there.
It was all going on, and right down to the end of the races, which is just bloody normal for Asrnz. Cracking racing, my friend.
Good to see some new race winners there too. A new race winner there for Mickendo in the first round. He hadn't had a win yet. Mark Mudgway also
Mudging with the Porsche,
with the win there. So BMW taking one and Porsche taking one. So that's a few different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different race winners in five rounds. Albeit there's some sprint rounds there.
Yep, mixing it up as always. So, yeah, look, I had a ball. The racing was great, JB. It's been a pleasure again tonight, mate, to call this with you.
Likewise, Davo.
Kyalami next week, viewers.
Off to South Africa.
South Africa, yes, for enduro. So, that was really bad. South African accent. I'm going to leave that right there.
Get your fries out, get your shrimps and prawns.
We'll see you all next week. See you, Jay.
See you, Davo. See you, viewers.
See you, everyone. Bye.